And as usual, I am here every single Monday in the service of you. But today is a little bit of a different Monday. I have got my watermelon and Prosecco. I have got my cake. So I want you to go into your cupboards now and find some wine, find some champagne, and join me because tomorrow it's my birthday, and what a way to celebrate it with you, the people who I love showing up for every single Monday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. I am so happy to be here. I guess happy to celebrate another year because I know so few people make it. And even though we are living in quite a time of turmoil and turbulence, I feel as if this perhaps is the most, if we use it right, the most awakening year that that is possible, if that makes any sense at all. So for those of you who are joining in, so welcome again to Q&A Monday. So this is a period of time where I spend about 30 to 40 minutes or so, and it's really designed to help businesses and brands and boss babes build thriving brands online using social media and all the digital tools that are available. So how it works is that there's this really amazing group called Caribbean Content Creators, and it's easy to find us. So all you have to do is type into your browser on Facebook Caribbean Content Creators and you will find the group. And so we comprise of, again, mostly I would say 99.9% of female entrepreneurs. Most of us are small to medium-sized business owners, and most of us are using or developing our marketing chops to be able to have thriving and successful businesses online. So the community shows up, it speaks up, we clap each other up, we share resources, we feed off each other, and it's all designed to create community, but a learning and growing and inspired community. So I really hope that you take a minute to go right now and join us on Caribbean Content Creators Club. And where I fit into the puzzle is that I am the founder of the group, and I usually lead Monday's Q&A, although I am by no means the only expert within the group. We have such a wide array of skill sets and service sets and product-based services, product-based businesses. So I am by no means the only expert, and so we kind of rely on each other as community, and that's why today is going to be a special version of Q&A Monday. So if you are here, I'm going to turn on my comments now. Let me know if you're here. I have my phone because sometimes I cannot see the comments in the section. So I have my phone, and let me know which part you're tuning in, which part of the world, or which part of the Caribbean, or which part of Trinidad and Tobago you are tuning in from. It's so great to have each of you here with me as I do my pre-birthday celebration. So let's jump in. We have, as I said, just 30 minutes to get a whole heap of stuff done, and I have my special announcement to make. So go grab a friend. What I want you to do right now is, if you are on Facebook and you're watching us or watching me, watching Q&A Monday, I want you to tag a friend. I want you to tag a friend who you think would benefit from Caribbean Content Creators and all the wonderful content we share. I want you to tag a friend who is using social media to build their business, her business or her brand online. I want you to tag a friend of yours who you feel would benefit from all the knowledge and the sharing, who may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, who may not be showing up in the way she wants to online. Go do that right now, because this birthday party of mine today, my pre-birthday celebrations, I want it to be big and rambunctious, and I want us to have so much fun while we are here, because What's a party without fun? So now that I've told you a little bit about who we are as a group, I am not seeing comments, but I'm seeing a ton of you showing up. So I'm just going to wait for all of it. I'm going to look online here and see. Okay, so great. Chemo is here. Nicole, good afternoon, Nicole. Okay, Marian, Chemo just tagged Marian. So I'm grateful for that. I'm going to take this off. So wonderful. So we have people showing up. Don't forget to tag people that you know and love who would be interested in this kind of content, because we are all about the results, right? So I keep thinking about, once we understand what we are doing in our businesses, once we know how we can transfer some of it to the online world, once we understand what social media means as a marketing engine, I believe it's just about, in my heart, because I do this so much every day, it's about understanding, it's about spending time on the platform, it's looking at those people who are leading the way on the platforms and studying and actually spending about 5 hours just learning, just looking at the ecosystem, and then another 5 just playing around it on your own, and then joining a community like this. Because once you do and you implement some of the things that I share with you, or we all share together as a community, once you implement at least 1%, I'm going to talk about this later, it's going to make a huge difference in how you are showing up online, but also, more importantly, the results that you are getting. So I wanted to spend a little bit on talking about the results and how we show up online. And one of the things also that I want to do is that I know when I come here that I can talk about a lot of different things and you can feel very, very excited. And yet what happens is that you don't go and implement, and you don't go and you get stuck, and you say you're going to do it, but you don't do it. And so what I want to be very cognizant of is that I don't ever want to overwhelm you. And I know today I said I would jump onto the whole blogging thing, but I thought maybe if I looked at the results of what people are doing, not only could people feel great about the actions that they are taking, but it can also inspire others to make the change that is necessary to grow a business that is so successful online. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a flashback. Don't forget, get your drinks. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so this is typical of an interaction that we would have in Caribbean Content Creators Club. And Eliza is writing, and she's saying that she was just introduced to Slack, and she's describing that Slack brings teams together wherever you are with all the communication and tools in one place. Remote teams will stay productive no matter where they are working from. So she's giving her experience about working with Slack. And Desi Ann chimes in and talks about how she works with Slack. And Risa chimes in and says she, on a one good use, which I never knew about. So one good use for this is that you can create a community similar to Facebook groups, because everyone is on social media. So if you come across a client that has a very niche audience, especially tech people, Slack is a good way to build community. So I never even really knew that. And so this is what I mean. And of course, right now, Eliza, who is from my team, is on Slack with our web developers as we create new landing pages for projects that we have coming up. And so it was really cool for Risa to chime in and Desi to chime in with their various experiences on Slack. And so that makes other people aware and maybe use the tool too. Okay, so let's focus still on the results. And this, what I'm going to show you here coming up, are a series of content or comments. So it's a lot of comments. It's a series of comments that I really believe showcases the strength of Caribbean Content Creators Club, and when we use the community with great impact. So let's take a look at this. This is, I headlined it, sales in a pandemic. Remember, we're talking about results. And this is from Kimo, who is a retailer, one of the founding members of Simplify. And Kimo hasn't been around for a while. We haven't seen her around. And she's explaining why. So she writes, CCC people, hope you're well. Just jumped in here to say COVID and she banned of 19. Lash me hard. I did not play dead though. I consistently showed up on my chosen platforms, not perfect by any stretch, but my people saw me. I made new friends and interactions. I was present. The tide started to turn around Mother's Day. Lots and lots of inquiries consistently showing up. From then to now, business has been slow, but constant, getting better every day and all social media generated. Boom. Can you imagine? If I really did all that, can you imagine if I really did all that? My social media mentor, Judith Coward, advises, Olia, let's do the work. Only then we will see the results. Judith, you're the MVP. Thank you for giving tirelessly with love. I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you, Kimo, because your comment showed me how, for me, I can come up here and sit on this chair in my studio space or my living room every single Monday, and I could talk till I am like blue in the face, red in the face, and if you don't take action in your business, then your presence in Q&A Monday and on the platform is for nothing. I would rather that anybody who shows up and doesn't take action just leave the group. I'm not concerned about numbers. I'm not concerned about quality. I'm concerned about not concerned about quantity, sorry. I'm concerned about the quality of the membership and the fact that no matter how small or big we are, people are implementing and getting results. So big up to Kimo and getting sales in the pandemic because she was consistent and took the advice that is shared on Caribbean Content Creators. Okay, so let's get to another one. We're talking about results today. Okay, so this is from Kathy Ann, who is a professor in the United States and was struggling. As you know, if you didn't join us last week, she was struggling with showing up and then not finding the traction that she wanted. And I said to her, go deep. Forget TikTok, forget Snapchat, forget LinkedIn, for whatever, all of these other people that you're watching and admiring are feeling even a little bit like deflated because so many people are doing so much stuff. Like, forget all of that. You have to focus on what you are bringing to the table, what one platform you are going to master, and get focused by going deep with your content, going deep with your understanding of who your audience is. So my advice to her was go deep and not wide. And this is what Kathy Ann said. Thank you, Judith, aka Forward 40, for your advice in Q&A Monday about how I can go deep with my content. So grateful for the time you put into responding to my question with thoughtful and practical action steps. Even your response was an education. So thank you again. She is on it. So I would be interested to know, having looked at the week gone by, having spent a week with practical tips. That's what she said. I gave her practical tips because this girl, this homegirl, this boss babe loves to give advice where I feel my expertise is relevant, because I am by no means an expert on everything. But where I feel it's relevant, I'm going to share my experience. I'm going to give you the tips because I walk in the same trenches with you. I think though that I'm a little bit more persistent than most, and so I've gone through the very hard, tough lessons of growing my brand Forward 40 online, and for me it is my pleasure to share. So Kathy Ann, let me know in the comment box below, and comments are finally coming up on the phone. Let me know in the comment box below exactly what practical tips did you implement this week from what I told you in last Monday's Q&A. Okay, so let's see who's in the house. Oh, okay, so Eliza tagged Peter C. Lewis. Chemo said, I posted a video on Instagram today. It's the most engagement I have ever gotten. Okay, let's take a breath. Did I not tell you about lives? Did I not tell you about showing up with your videos? Did I not tell you about stories like I'm telling you this week after week after week after week, and finally people are starting to implement. I am so glad. Now, I saw Chemo's story. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't. There was one point where Chemo said, oh, y'all could see where I don't know what I'm doing, right? Was it amazing? Darn right. Because for the very fact that she was showing up and people were commenting and engaging. And that is the kind of thing that you want to do. In some future episode, once we get past our launches, I'm going to show you how to show up better in your stories. I feel as if I'm seeing people showing up, but there is some things that I think I can offer with regard to showing up better with your stories. Okay, so Diane is saying, hi Diane, where are you writing from? Patrice Ramparan, well done Chemo. So people are clapping up each other. Nicole Perry's clapping up each other. Jennifer, good afternoon, you're here. It's so glad to see people showing up. So Veronica, nice to see you. Great advice to an aspiring business owner. This is the way we roll. It's the way we do it. Cheers to that. Watermelon and Prosecco. It's my birthday tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not sure Kathian is on the call with us. So let's go to this. Remember, I'm all about the results. What we do in Forward 40, which is a Caribbean Content Creators Club, is the success mindset of Forward 40. And my goal is for small business owners to get the results that they deserve by making small tweaks in their businesses. So this is from Avia, and I believe she's writing on Etsy. And so she says, I have struggled for so long to shop consistently online in my business for years. I know, I hear you, Avia. This is no longer an issue now that I purchased this planning system. Judith is one of the most thorough trainers I've come across in the industry. Within days of implementing the strategy, I was able to confidently plan a day's worth of content with little time. Music to my ears, music to my ears, music to my ears. You know why? I have been looking at Avia's feed on Instagram. And I remember Avia saying to me months ago that she would post and all she would hear was crickets, the chirp. Nobody was responding. Now I am seeing Avia getting 49 views, 20 something likes. Now, somebody who has thousands of likes may think, oh my gosh, that's just like nothing. Who gives a fart? Can I say fart? But for Avia, that incremental organic growth is what matters to her to build her confidence. And all because she implemented one change. She began using the social media planner and it's not about the social media planner, right? She began planning out her content. Now for me, I could tell you the planner, it works. By golly, it works. But whatever planning system you use, do the planning, do that 1% of change, that 1% of tactics that I give and share every single Monday, and in fact every day in Caribbean Content Creators Club, and you are going to see the difference. Which brings me to the final thing, which is from Desian. Okay, so last week I made this point about saying that how I had been thinking about something for many years, and now it was being brought to life. And I made a comment, and almost 24 hours after, Desian wrote this. She said, Judith, you made a very important statement yesterday that resonated with me. You spoke about your upcoming initiatives, and one being 3 years in the making. We often feel that we need to get things done now. We feel like if we take years, we are no good or we will miss the bus. But you have shown that when you want to do something right, it may take a while to dot the I's and cross the T's. Thanks for the tidbit. I'm highlighting it in case anyone missed it. And so often, we see the glory, but we don't know the story. We see the result, but we don't know the work, the years, and the tears that go into it. And so what I want to say to all of you showing up today, as we do a deep dive into something that's really close into my heart, and I answer a few questions, I want you to remember that you are in this for the long haul. And there are no easy answers and there are no quick fixes. As some content creators, as some boss babes, as some female entrepreneurs enjoying more success in a shorter period of time than you, hell yeah. But I don't ever want you to get caught up in the analysis paralysis and the comparative envy. That only leads to a rigidity of thinking and being stuck. You do you, boo, to borrow a phrase from Maya, because I have to tell you that the 1% matters. The 1% matters. Now, before you get all up in an uproar, because in Trinidad and Tobago, that 1% matters has a whole different context. Although I think globally they say 1% of the people own 99% of the global wealth. Trinidad too. But before you get into an uproar about why I think the 1% matters, I want you to think about, if you consider doing the work like Chemo did, like Kathy and I hope is doing, that Avia did, that so many people are taking and doing every single day, from all the things we talk about inside CCC Nation, all the things we talk about inside there. If you only did 1% of what we say, then you're going to see significant change. Because I want to ask you this question: why do you want to grow your business online? So I'm waiting for all your responses. Like for me, it was about location freedom. I want to be able to go wherever in the world I want to go and still be able to work and still have a business that thrives. So the reason why I moved 99% of my business online is because I wanted location freedom. So I'm waiting to hear your comments. I hope I can get them in real time. As they come up, I will share it with people. Now, if you think about why, is it that you want more money? Is it that you want to be based at home? Is it that you want to have a more comfortable life? Or is it all of the above? I have to tell you, if I call out anything in that category, know that you are the 1%, because you want this really big dream for yourself. And if you want this really big dream for yourself, your family, and your business allows that dream to materialize, you've got to do the work. You can't, as Gary Vee says, want the 1% life without doing 1% of the work. Because fundamentally, at the heart, this is what we forget. This is what we forget when we become discouraged. That as we develop our brands, personal or otherwise, but particularly personal brands, as we grow and develop our personal brands, we always have to remember that patience and practitionership is what will bring success. Can I hear a hallelujah? Sing to the choir. Because if you're growing a personal brand, you simply need two things. This is not something I developed. This is something that Gary Vee said. You need to be able to practice, to do the work, and you have to have patience. I would even add a third P: patience, persistence, and practitionership. Boom. Okay, so talking about all of those three things together, I want you, do you hear that? That's my drum, my one-handed drum, because I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about, I'm raising my glass to this initiative, to talk about something that is going to be coming up next week, Thursday. We launch. Mark your calendar date. Next, if you are a Caribbean content creator, mark your calendar date. You do not want to miss the launch of Simplify. Simplify is coming. Simplify is something that I have had in my heart for the past 3.5 years. I didn't know how it would materialize. I knew the nuggets of it. I hadn't put together the map. I had not put together the puzzle because I was being torn in all different directions. Serving clients, doing this, doing that. And finally, about last year, it started this thing in my heart. This thing that I had committed to paper almost 3.5 years ago. I knew exactly what I had to do with it. And so it started with Caribbean Content Creators Club, and now it is mushrooming into its fullest potentiality. Is that a word? Can somebody check the dictionary and tell me if potentiality is a word? Because if it ain't, I just made it up. Because I'm so excited. I'm having my cake, not just for my birthday. That is so good. It's vegan. Don't worry about it. But it does have a little rum, so I might get a little bit jolly as I talked about Simplify. Okay, something that has been brewing in my heart. How could I help female entrepreneurs and boss babes on a more consistent, ongoing basis? And how could I add deep, deep, deep value to their lives? I truly believe that there is room for all of us to succeed. People ask all the time, why do I show up and give advice and do this for free and do that for free? And it's because I know I have a little bit of expertise in the social media realm and in communications and public relations and all that good stuff that's all intertwined. And I wanted to show up and share. And so now what I am doing is that I'm giving this concept of sharing expertise, of making your life less overwhelming, of making the way you show up on social media more strategic, so you can have the success, the strategies, and the sales, the impact, the influence, and the income, because that is what it's all about. Add value, give service, income, generate revenue, so we can add value, add service all over again. The mad, fulfilling, successful, like heart, soul rendering journey that we are all on as female boss babe business owners. So Simplify is coming next week, Thursday, and I am having a founding members launch. So first of all, let me tell, for those of you who don't know, I know some of you do and some of you don't. In Simplify, it is a membership subscription service. People pay every month, or they can take a yearly fee and pay for, and this is what you get. You get 20 Caribbean inspired images every single month, 5 small business graphic cards, 15 customizable captions, and they're going to be fairly lengthy, so 15 can be made into 30, which you can add your own spin, because they're going to be parts where you can insert your feelings, your brands, but I am giving you the framework, the long form framework of a caption. One success plan. Now the success plan is going to be a written, designed PDF action plan that allows you to take action during the month to come out on the other side of the month in a really fantastic way online, showing up, standing out, being accountable, inspiring others, doing your due. And of course, there is going to be a masterclass. Not like the masterclasses that, I don't consider this a masterclass. I consider this a conversation. I chat with you. We share some melon juice and Prosecco, and that's cool. This is like the conversation on steroids, and it's all surrounding the idea of community. The whole belief in my heart, the whole focus, the whole goal, the whole reason of being is that this digital success box that comes to you every single month because you are a subscriber to Simplify. Yes, it will have its own website. Will be the game changer for you. If you think that I changed the game a little bit, if you implemented any of the success strategies I share with you, this is going to up your game. I can't even talk about percentages because it's straight out of the stratosphere. I guarantee. And you know, when I say something, I deliver, right? So, why did I want you to come on board now and hear this? Because not only do I want you to save the date, the date is next week, Thursday we launch, but what I also wanted you to know, so save this date, right? Save this date. Lisa, am I right? It's the 25th. It's next week, Thursday. Can somebody look at the calendar and tell me if next week, the 25th is a Thursday? Because sometimes I get confused with my dates, okay? So, I wanted to tell you that only 48 hours, I am having a founding members launch. 48 hours. It is a lifetime membership. So all Caribbean content creators who are interested, I'm having a limited capacity of founding members. All Caribbean content creators who are interested, all members of Forward 40 who are interested, you get to have a lifetime membership. I'm only offering this once ever. Only once. A lifetime membership that you can have for $100 US. Like, that is unheard of. Let me tell you why. It is unheard of because of the value it will bring. It is unheard of because you get to have a mentorship, accountability partner and system right in your pocket every single day to show up online. It's like unheard of because the captions alone are worth their weight in gold. It's unheard of because you see that success action plan? We have already designed the first quarter. We've already designed September, October, and November. Now, the regular cost of the tool, the digital success box is going to be $24.99 per month. $24.99 US a month. So if you think about that for just even a nanosecond, can you see how big the savings are going to be to you? So don't forget, save the date. Next week, Thursday, we're going to start launch. The cart is only going to be available for 48 hours. So in 2 days, you have the opportunity to become a founding member of Simplify. We launched, the official launch is in September. We're opening the window now for 2 days. During the period from July to September, we'll be taking you, those of the founding members. Oh, as a founding member, you get bonuses. So if the regular members are getting 20 photographs for the month, you will have a bonus of 10. Regular members get 15 captions, customizable captions that they can customize. Founding members get 5 more. So there's always going to be a little bit of extra in the kitty just for founding members. So let me hear what your thoughts are. I mean, this is a journey that I have undertaken. It is the way that I can continue to add value to your businesses in a massively deep way. And it's a way that I can create sustainability for my own business. So it becomes an incredible win-win for all of us. So I hope, don't forget, mark the date. Let me know what you think below. And I am so looking forward to your subscription because I really want, between us girls, I really want a ton of members from Caribbean Content Creators Club to be the first in line. Because as I said, I'm only opening up to a limited amount of people as a founding member. Okay, so enough about that. Let us get to the reason why you are here. Okay, so I'm seeing things coming in. Jennifer is saying a very inspiring conversation. Nicole is saying, yes, next week Thursday is the 25th. Okay, great. Okay, Kimo is committing to being I guess a subscriber, a membership, a founding member. I hope that's what your boom in is. And so a lot of people are saying yes, the freedom to work wherever and do and make money. Nicole is saying how exciting, fantastic. I love this kind of feedback because it is something. Of course, I want to tell you a couple of things before we get into these questions. The platform is going to be built on Kajabi, which is a membership subscription site that allows the way it is structured in this really cohesive. Anybody go research Kajabi, right? This beautiful, cohesive way of delivering your action plan, your captions, your Caribbean-inspired images, the workshops that I will be leading, the master classes I will be leading, the comments, the strategies, the PDFs we will be sharing. All of it in a way that allows you to come from the position where you are now, wanting to use social media, wanting to use all the digital tools at your disposal in a really strategic way, in a way that generates income for you. Because revenue for you, sales for you, while you add value. So being able to be free to go back to doing what it is that you were meant to do, which is grow your business, being able to have a success box that comes to you every single month, tailor-made, that you can customize for you, like hands down, it's going to be a game changer. Like hands down. As I said, this has been in my mind and in my heart for over 3.5 years. Goes back to Desi's comments, right? Okay, so you've got questions. I hope I've got the answers. Let's get right into, we have 3 short questions today. So I'm happy to get around to it. The first one is, this came on our Tech Thursday conversation, and it says, this is not exactly a tech question, but I appreciate your advice. It pertains to blogging and websites. I have been doing and planning certain things in phases. I had planned to do my website later in the year, or by the latest, early next year. Blogging was not in my plans, but I recently decided that I should do it for one area of service for my business, for my businesses. The thing is, I want to start blogging ASAP, but people have said website first and blog then, citing domain name ownership. To me, that's quite a delay in starting. So what do you think? Should I start or should I wait? So I have always began Mango Media many years ago, started off as a blog before it came to a website. Forward 40 was a blog that was built on WordPress, and then I added more and more meat, more information things to it to develop it into a website. Now, I believe in today's world where there's so much CMS functionality, where WordPress is allowing you, and 30% of all the world's blogs and websites are built on WordPress. It allows you to build both your website and your blog at the same time. So I believe, Nicole, that for me, I started off blogging and it would develop into a website that always had a blog. A blog allows you, to me, a blog is like a website, but it allows you to put out your content, to share your expertise, to show up in a way that engages with people in long form content writing, and it is placed in chronological order. So your most recent posts go first. And of course, because those are posts and you have pages on WordPress, then you can build out simple pages on WordPress, and both together will comprise a website. I love blogging because SEO is all about blogging. A blog is dynamic, a website is static. You want to be able for, especially if you are looking at pro blogging and not just using it as a hobby, it allows you to do so many things. Not only build your brand and your expertise and your knowledge and get clients and so forth, but it allows you, if done right, to make money from your blog. And that is why I think I love blogging. I love writing. I love sharing my information. And I love making money. I'm not going to make I'm not going to split hairs about that. So I would say, why are you tending to think of both of them as separate when there's so much great CMS functionality that can allow you to build both at the same time? A blog is a website with a post, and you add your pages on pages. You add those pages and you have a website and a blog, and you can utilize both with great impact. So I think what I want to say to you is change your mindset about the separation of two. And it's so easy to do it. Like, you could put up some simple pages that are purely informational, and you can create your own blog that shows your expertise, your knowledge, your opinion, share stories and so forth, and garners all the positive results of proper SEO. I don't know if that's a word. So I would say change your mindset and have both. Okay, so next question, let's get into, we only have 3 questions because I wanted to talk so much about Simplify. Okay, so next question. Hi Judith, I'm a successful life coach. I do events, individual coaching calls, and work with large brands as well. So I'm really busy, but I look at all the things you're doing and wonder, how do you define balance? I do have the things that you do and I can barely keep up. I don't believe in comparison analysis. I want to go back to I know it's a great question. Here's what, I am a successful life coach. Can I just leave things like that? Like, I am a successful life coach. That's all you need to tell me. That's all you need to tell me about the work you're putting in, because you don't become a success just by laying back. I understand the question. For me, I work tirelessly because I have this idea in my head that I am going to travel the world within a year and be able to work from anywhere in the world with my team as we all enjoy the benefits of growing a business online, and we're able to expand and still connect with each other. And so that is my goal. And so if that is my goal, I'm going to define balance in this moment as non-existent. You know why? Because I'm focused on a specific goal. That doesn't mean I don't hang out with my friends, or I don't go to restaurants, which I do, or I don't hang out at lovely bars, or travel, or just relax in my home. I do all of that. But I work incredibly hard. Balance for me at this moment is absolutely non-existent. But I'll tell you what, when I take that first shot from wherever it is I'm going, more than likely Israel and Portugal, that for me is balance. So it is how you define it in a particular moment in time. I'm really interested in hearing from the group. I write, how do you define balance? I would really love to know, and the comments are now coming in. Everybody's congratulating Chemo. I'm waiting to get those comments on how you define balance. Vanessa is saying, great advice to aspiring businesses. I think I read that. We have people saying yes. So I'm waiting to hear your opinions on the definition of what this balance mean to you. Okay, so next question. This is the final question. Hi Judith, great content as usual. Thank you so much. I have a question. The pandemic really forced me to think that I should start the business I've been contemplating for years. There's no such thing as job stability anymore. I agree. Anyway, I'm nervous, but I'm doing it anyway. If you had to give me one piece of advice about starting out on my own, what advice, hold on. What advice would you give me or tell me? Okay, so one piece of advice. I'm going to ask Lisa, if Lisa is still on, to put up that blog post that I did on, and I want you, if you have a minute, to read it, Alana, because it is so, I think, useful to you. There's so much advice I could give you about starting a business. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I talk about that, being courageous, listening to your gut, getting a mentor and an accountability partner, knowing the right time to start if there's such a thing, taking out the negative narrative of your head, understanding where you are with your capital, your money, your finances, your responsibilities. But I think, so it's a great piece, and I want Aliza to put it right now if you can, or after, and then everybody can see, and they can see if it resonates with them. But I would say that the one piece of advice, a lot of us get caught up in the branding. So we want to get a website and the marketing and the logo, and we get caught up in all the things we're going to get for the product or service that we're launching. And I would say to you, you have to find out if the product or service you're launching is needed or wanted by the people who you want to serve. Like, I feel as if sometimes we do things backward, like we walk backward, we cycle backward, we move backward, because we don't think in terms of, am I creating something that the market wants, that the market needs, that the market will enjoy, that the market will buy? Because without a market, you have no business. Without customers, you have no business. Without interest from people, you have no business. So you really have to understand your product and service offering. Is it what people are looking out for? Now, sometimes when I first started Forward 40 and I was doing all this content, and people were saying, like, what's she doing? Like, what is she doing? I mean, she's known as a PR crisis communicator, a PR executive, serving a lot of multi-million-dollar brands. Who does she think she is? Like, what the heck is she doing? And sometimes I think that the idea of Forward 40 was ahead of its time. And it was, because I was creating content when content was not even a buzzword. That was 5 years ago, right? And now look at it now. And so I think sometimes if you believe in something, it's okay to be ahead of the curve, but I think a surefire way is to do research. And there's so many ways online that you can do research. You can ask your friends, you can ask colleagues, you can ask family members, you can test, you can do formalized research, you can get qualitative and quantitative data. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be like this extensive something, but at least you're getting a sense of what it is people want. And sometimes you have to test. I keep saying that. You have to test, you have to launch small. People believe in these big splash launches where they spend a lot of money. I can tell you about the products locally and internationally have done that, and like it falls flat because so much thought was put into the launch, so much thought was put into the logo and the tagline and the slogan without building an awareness of, is this product really needed and by whom? And so if I had to give an advice about what should you do before you start, I would say test the waters, test the market, test the consumers, test the product, test the service, test. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this was great. Okay, so let me see. Did you all respond to my question about how do you find balance? Okay, so Jennifer is saying, what is the potential of your business? What is the potential of your business? Heard that in another conversation. Jennifer, could you clarify what you mean? I don't think I understand the question. So Kimo is saying, let me be the first to wish you a happy birthday. May this rotation around the sun be the best yet. And thank you so much. I intend for it to be. So Jennifer, I don't know if I'll be able to see your question. I don't understand it, but if you flesh it out, I will make sure to get to it within 24 hours as I go through doing and responding to all the comments. So, this is great. I love this conversation between us gals. I feel, every time I show up on Monday, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking. I do this all the time. I've been in television since I was a kid, and you do a live and it always gets the butterfly. I always get butterfly in my stomach. And yet when I get through the first slide, it's like, oh my gosh, people I know, friends, strangers, we all have the same thing in common. We all want to connect with a community and be able to help and pull each other up and to be able to grow together, share our success together, as well as cry together when things are going not so great, you know. And so it was great to be here. Of course, there's so many ways to connect with me. Go to forward40.com, read all the blogs. It is truly this amazing platform where I share content. My email address is there. There's so many ways to contact me. The best way is on forward40.com. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm going to get around to all the questions. Until next time, mwah, bye, and take good care. Don't forget, mark the calendar date. Simplify launches next week, Thursday. Okay. Bye.